Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jason with Suburban Adventures. There's Cooper, Grayson, Tucker's down there, and we're gonna do something we've never done before. We're gonna try and harvest some black walnuts. So it's October here in the Northeast and they're starting to fall off of the trees. This right up there, there's a black walnut tree and they're laying around. So we're gonna try and grab some, fill up a bag. We're gonna see if we can crack into them. So that is a black walnut right there. They're big.
I can crack it.
There, hold on. No, you don't want to. They're big like this. Sometimes they're green. If they fall off the tree and sit long enough, they're gonna turn black. Just be careful because the black stuff gets all over. It stains your hands. So we're walking along here. There's a whole bunch of them. We're gonna try and fill up some. Like I said, we've never done it before, so we're gonna see how it goes. Here's a bunch of them here. Now these have just freshly fallen off the tree. Wow, that's a big one. Let me drop them in there. They're all over here.
Would that be okay?
Yeah. Even if they get black and rotten and they look like they have bugs in them, it's fine because the nut is inside this. So I'm gonna collect some of them. You see them all over. Yeah, there you go. You can see that's the black walnut tree right there. Yeah, see, don't get that. So that's the inside. Don't get that black stuff on your fingers because it'll stain. There's a tree there. I don't know if you can see them. There's tons of them. From what I understand, there's lots of them. This is what the leaves look like here of the black walnut tree. And they're all over. We're gonna get a bag of them. So there's a green one. That's just recently fallen.
No, I picked this up.
You picked it off the tree. When they fall, don't squeeze it. When they fall and sit for a while, see how this one's turning all black? Once we get the outside of that off of there.
Look it! That one's white.
That's the inside. There's the nut right there. But this one here that's starting to get rotten, that's when the black stuff gets all over. It's better to just pick them off the ground, guys.
Yeah, because look at it.
In the tree, they're not quite ready. Now when you peel the outside stuff off it, there's the walnut shell. There's the black, greasy, gooey stuff. So there, we got a decent amount. I didn't want to get too many after never having done it before. So we're gonna take them home. We're gonna get this outside peeled off them. And you gotta let the nuts dry for a couple days and then we're gonna crack the nuts. So we'll see you at home and husking these nuts. All the walnuts we collected. So what we're gonna do now is get this off of them. And this is where you wanna wear gloves. You make sure you don't get them on your clothes because you can see that black grease from them stains. So this is hard, and you can see there's worms in there, but that's okay because they're not going to get in through the shell of the nut. So this is what we're going to do now. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. We're just going to do them by hand because we don't have that many, but I've heard you can drive over them with your car and it gets all the husk off them. So you can see this one's got all maggots in it, but that's all right. We're going to shell them and put them in the bag. Sure, just don't get them on your clothes. So there's the black walnut, and then you gotta get all the stuff off them. And then we're gonna let them dry. There you go. It just pops off pretty easily.
Look at this.
It's got all sorts of bugs crawling in it. All right, what we did was we took the husk off them, which was a messy job. In fact, you can tell, see, this is what I'm talking about. You can see my thumb there, and that's with gloves. I wore a pair of latex gloves, and it still stained my thumb even through the gloves. So it's a very messy job, I'll tell you that. And once we got the husk off them, I soaked them in water. I read that you want to get rid of any of them that float, because if they float, they haven't developed the meat inside properly. So this is about all I'm left with. Like I said, it's not a ton. So now what I'm going to do is I've got them in this bucket. I'm going to put them in the garage for a couple days to let them dry. Obviously, squirrels love these things, so you got to put them somewhere where the squirrels can't get to. So I'm just going to put them in here, let them dry for a couple days, and next thing we'll do is crack into those shells and get the meat out of them. I got to figure out how to get my hands cleaned up. So we'll come back in a couple days, crack them open. It's been a couple days, 2 or 3 days I think. I let them dry. So there's the black walnut right there, and I'm missing a couple. I came out to the garage. I had a bucket of them in the garage. I probably had 15 or so of them, and I think a chipmunk or a squirrel might have gotten in the garage and taken a bunch of them out. So the squirrels do love them. I see the remnants of them all over my back deck in the fall. So, and they really do. This is from 3 days ago. My thumb still is stained. I tried all sorts of stuff. I tried just about everything you could think of. Lemon juice was the thing that seemed to work the most. But they do really stain. You can still see. But lemon juice and thyme seem to be the things that worked. So if you're gonna do this, you want to make sure you wear some thicker gloves. My latex gloves didn't quite work. So now I'm gonna try and crack them open, and I'm gonna try doing a couple different ways. First thing I'm gonna do is just try hitting them with a hammer. All right, there we go. Cracked it open. Pretty easy, couple hits with a hammer. There's the meat right in there. So once I get these cracked open, I'll pick that out. You can see it right there. The hammer did seem to work well. I was just going to try another method, see if it works in a vice clamp right there, a vice grip. See if that works. The hammer is a couple hits and it's good, but let's see if this works easier. Yeah, I would say the hammer is the easiest way. Well, I got them all shelled, and this is about 6, and this is the what I have to show for it. So for my first time doing this, I learned a couple things. 1, it's extremely time consuming. 2, it's pretty difficult. 3, it's very, very messy. 4, you don't get a ton of meat from these black walnuts. Now, I will say that I think if I were going to do it again, I'd do a couple things I'd do differently. The meat, and you can see there's a couple of nice pieces. Here's a nice piece there. It's still a little bit damp, the meat itself. So I think I probably would let them dry for probably maybe a week. So I don't think I let them dry after we shucked them and rinsed them. I only really gave it probably 2 days, so I think I'd probably give it a week for the meat to dry. And if you're gonna do anything significant with them, you would need a bunch of them. It's essentially is the inside of a shell, and it's different than the ones that you get at the store. You know, there's not a ton of meat in them. So anyway, I did try it, and it has a very interesting taste. It's a very strong taste. It's much stronger than like store-bought walnuts. So I would think that if you're gonna bake with them in cookies or something, it has a very, very strong walnutty taste. So I really don't think that I'll be doing this again. I'm not a huge fan of walnuts to begin with, and I just thought we'd give it a try and see what harvesting black walnuts was like. So anyway, I hope this was at least somewhat mildly entertaining. I thought it was interesting to learn something new. So if you're not a Suburban Adventure subscriber, go ahead and click subscribe and check out some more of our other videos. We'll see you next time.